Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Yeshi Chonzom. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 11th of June. COVID crisis and opportunity for India, time for bold decisions and investments, says PM Modi. Pakistan opposition leader Shehbaz Sharif tests positive for coronavirus. And Sri Lanka to hold coronavirus delayed general elections on August 5. And now for all the details. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday reiterated his resolve to turn the COVID-19 crisis into an opportunity to make India self-reliant. Addressing the Indian Chamber of Commerce 95th Annual Plenary Session, he said steps have to be taken to ensure products that India is forced to import should be manufactured locally. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Thursday said that India should convert the COVID-19 crisis into a turning point towards becoming a self-reliant nation. Prime Minister Modi, while delivering the inaugural address of the 95th Annual Plenary Session of the Indian Chamber of Commerce via video conferencing on Thursday, said India is currently facing a host of challenges, but added that the country will emerge victorious in the fight against coronavirus.
अब इस संकल्प से भी भरा हुआ है कि इस आपदा को अवसर में परिवर्तित करना है। इससे हमें देश का बहुत बड़ा टर्निंग पॉइंट भी बना रहा है। ये टर्निंग पॉइंट क्या है? आत्मनिर्भर भारत।
Meanwhile, India recorded the highest single-day spike of 9,996 more COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of coronavirus cases in the country to 286,579. Out of the total number of cases, 137,448 are active, while 141,029 have been cured, discharged or migrated. The death toll has increased to 8,102. However, India reached an important milestone a day earlier when the total number of recovered patients crossed the number of active cases. The development comes as the total number of tests conducted in the country crossed the 52 million mark, according to the Indian Council of Medical Research. Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz President Shehbaz Sharif has tested positive for coronavirus, his party confirmed on Thursday. Shehbaz had appeared before the National Accountability Bureau on Tuesday in connection with corruption cases against him.
Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz or PMLN President and leader of the opposition in the National Assembly, Shehbaz Sharif, has tested positive for the novel coronavirus. Party spokesperson Maryam Aurangzeb confirmed on Thursday. Shehbaz Sharif had appeared before the National Accountability Bureau on Tuesday in connection with investigations pertaining to money laundering and income beyond means. Earlier this month, he had also appeared before the Lahore High Court to obtain a pre-arrest bail in corruption cases against him. Sharif, a cancer survivor, had thrice refused to appear before the Accountability Bureau, citing health reasons.
अल्लाह ताला सबको सेहत अता फरमाए। ये बड़ा मुश्किल लगता है पाकिस्तान पे और अल्लाह ताला सबके वालिदैन को सेहत अता फरमाए।
Shehbaz Sharif is the latest political leader in Pakistan to have tested positive for the virus. Several other politicians, including former Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi, have also been diagnosed with the disease, as the government insists on easing lockdown against advice by doctors. More than 119,500 confirmed cases have been reported across the country, with 2,356 deaths since the first case emerged on February 26th.
Moving on, an annual report on religious freedom released by US State Department has voiced concern over the targeted killings and discrimination against minorities driven by faith in Pakistan.
An annual American report on religious freedom has voiced concern over the targeted killings of minorities, including Shias, ethnic Hazaras, and Ahmadi Muslims in Pakistan, in attacks believed to be driven by faith. The US 2019 International Religious Freedom Report, that documents major instances of violation of religious freedom across the world, was released by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo at the State Department on Wednesday. The report highlights numerous instances of societal violence related to the allegations of blasphemy, of efforts by individuals to coerce religious minorities to convert to Islam, and of societal harassment, discrimination, and threats of violence directed at members of religious minority communities were reported in Pakistan. It also expresses concern about the attempts to kidnap, forcibly convert, and forcibly marry young women from religious minority communities, especially young Hindu and Christian women in Pakistan. According to civil society reports, there were at least 84 individuals imprisoned on blasphemy charges, at least 29 of whom had received death sentences, as compared to 27 and 28 respectively in 2018, the State Department said in the report.
US Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad on Wednesday met Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani and other top political leaders in Kabul and discussed ongoing Afghan peace process. It was his last leg of the three-nation trip to initiate intra-Afghan talks.
US Special Envoy Zalmay Khalilzad on Wednesday met Afghanistan's President Ashraf Ghani and other top political leaders in Kabul as part of his three-nation trip to bolster intra-Afghan peace talks. Spokesperson for President Ashraf Ghani, Sadiq Siddiqui, said on Twitter that during the meeting, discussions were held on the peace process, practical steps before the start of the direct talks, the terms for the extension of a reduction in violence, and the unofficial ceasefire. Khalilzad earlier also travelled to Qatar and Pakistan and met with Taliban leaders in Doha and Pakistani leadership in Islamabad. During the three-nation tour, Khalilzad reviewed commitments in the February 29 US-Taliban agreement and the US-Afghanistan joint declaration, specifically reducing violence and initiating prisoner releases. The US has lost over 2,400 soldiers in Afghanistan since late 2001.
Afghanistan on Thursday reported 748 newly confirmed COVID-19 cases, taking the country's total to 22,890 according to Worldometer, a data aggregation website. Meanwhile, wearing face masks in public has become mandatory now as community transmission of COVID-19 has been increasing throughout the country.
Afghanistan's Ministry of Public Health on Wednesday reported 684 new positive cases of COVID-19 out of 1,128 samples tested in the last 24 hours. Capital Kabul was on top of the list with 393 new cases, followed by Herat with 96. According to the Health Ministry, so far 50,658 samples have been tested and the total number of positive COVID-19 cases is 22,143. However, according to Worldometer, Afghanistan's total cases reached 22,890 on Thursday with 748 new cases. Out of the total infected people, 3,326 people have recovered, including 480 who showed improvement and were discharged from hospitals since early Monday. Meanwhile, wearing face masks in public became mandatory as of Saturday, as the community transmission of COVID-19 has been increasing throughout the country. Up to 426 deaths have been recorded since the outbreak of the pandemic in the country in February. Earlier, Afghanistan's Health Minister Dr. Ahmad Zawad Osmani said there are still a lot of management problems at the hospitals and added that the coronavirus is expanding in the country.
Sri Lanka's Election Commission has set the country's parliamentary election date for August 5 after previously postponing the poll due to coronavirus spread. The Commission said the cost for the election will be 50% higher because of the precautionary measures needed to be taken.
Sri Lanka's Election Commission on Wednesday set the country's parliamentary election date for August 5th. after previously postponing the poll due to the spread of the novel coronavirus. The original date was April 26, which had been postponed to June 20th before Wednesday's move. The Commission had waited for the Supreme Court to reject half a dozen petitions requesting that the elections not take place until the virus was under control. On Sunday, election officials tested out voting procedures using measures such as protective gear, social distancing, and disposable pens. The trial vote was held at a Buddhist temple, which will be used as a polling center in the poll.
ජුනි මාස 20 වෙනි දිනට නියමිත වූ පාර්ලිමේන්තු මහා මැතිවරණය 2020 අගෝස්තු මාස 5 වෙනි දින පැවැත්වෙන බව.
The Commission said the cost for the election will be 50% higher because of the precautions. The government has lifted most of the restrictions imposed to control its spread. The country has had 1,859 cases and 11 deaths so far.
In a step towards opening the economy that has been hit due to coronavirus lockdown, Nepal government has decided to ease the lockdown, allowing shops to open and vehicles to operate under the odd-even rule from Thursday. A meeting of the Council of Ministers in Nepal decided to change the format of the ongoing nationwide lockdown and implement a revised modality starting Thursday, a step towards opening up the economy. Easing the lockdown, shops will be allowed to operate following safety protocol, while private vehicle will ply based on the odd-even rule. The first phase will last for 21 days and the second and the third phases will be implemented based on the effectiveness of the first phase for 15 days each. Private offices, the service sector, large industries, malls and big shopping centers will be gradually opened up after assessing the risk. The Himalayan nation has been under lockdown since March 24 to contain the spread of COVID-19 and extended till June 14. The government has been facing complaints of loss of business, income and even lives due to the harsh restrictions on public movement since the lockdown. Nepal so far has reported 15 COVID-19 deaths and 4,364 infections. 674 patients have recovered. In a bid to ensure the safety of passengers amid the coronavirus pandemic, railway station authorities in India's eastern Patna city have installed automated mask and sanitizer dispenser machines at the station premises. Railway station in Patna city of eastern India's Bihar province on Monday installed a vending machine that dispenses mask and sanitizer bottles as the country is reeling under the threat of coronavirus. Keeping in mind the rapidly increasing cases of the virus, the railway station installed the machine, masks and sanitizers at subsidized rates.
जो मास्क 95 स्टैंडर्ड वाले हैं उसकी कीमत 100 रुपीज़ है. सैनिटाइजेशन के लिए जो छोटी सीसी और बड़ी सीसी है 50 रुपीज़ और 100 रुपीज़ करके हैं, ये अवेलेबल है. पैसेंजर्स को करना सिर्फ इतना ही है, कोई बॉदरसम प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. वेरी सिंपल कि जो आप कोड देखते हैं, जो आइटम आपने पसंद किया, बड़ी सीसी, छोटी सी या मास्क, उसके नीचे कोड लगे हुए, उस कोड को दबा देना है. मॉनिटर पर ऑटोमेटिक आ जाएगा कि इतने प्राइस हैं, वह करेंसी नोट दे देना है. मशीन ऑटोमेटिक वे उसको शक कर लेती है और आपके सामान ऊपर से ड्रॉप हो जाते हैं.
बहुत बेहतरीन है. मार्केट में 200 रुपये इसका दाम है, यहाँ 100 रुपीज़ में बहुत बेहतरीन है.
Meanwhile, India's total number of coronavirus cases on Thursday rose to 286,579. Deaths from COVID-19 stood at 8,102, still low compared with other countries that have suffered tens of thousands of fatalities. Well, that's all we have for you from South Asia this evening. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/AsAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter at AsAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Subscribe TAG TV YouTube channel and press the notification button.